Shalom, Shavua Tov. I'm Rabbi Josh Rose. This is the second in a series of teachings that contain wisdom from the Jewish tradition that I'm sharing, making available to you from our tradition, from Torah, from Talmud, from Midrash, from different sources, all of which are designed to prepare us for Yom Kippur. We are in this 40-day period leading up to Yom Kippur, and our tradition encourages us all of the time, but with special intensity in the month of Elul, leading up to the Jewish New Year, to engage in the process of Teshuvah. Now, over the coming days and weeks, we'll learn in greater depth some of the tools of Teshuvah, but first I want to tonight offer some teachings about the meaning of Teshuvah and how we can understand it. It is often translated as repentance, which is a word that is resonant for some people, and for other people just raises additional questions. So I want to share a couple of different interpretations of the word Teshuvah from the original Hebrew. Teshuvah has several meanings. The two that I want to talk about right now are answer and return. If we frame Teshuvah as an answer, we might imagine that in the process of Teshuvah, we are asking ourselves, and God is asking of us, deep and powerful and penetrating existential questions. Who are you? What have you done with your life over the last year? What are the mistakes that you have to repair? What is the vision that you have for who you can become in the coming year, and who must you become in the coming year? How will you conduct yourself given the particular challenges and opportunities, difficulties, and the blessings in your life? So we have to formulate answers to those kinds of questions. Often we spend our days dealing with smaller order of questions in our lives. How am I going to do this? Where will I get the money to do that? What time do I have to be here? How do I deal with this challenge or that challenge? But Teshuvah kinds of questions are those elemental questions in our lives. So we can begin to formulate those for ourselves and recenter ourselves by asking those deep questions. Not easy, sometimes difficult, sometimes scary, but fundamental to the spiritual work that is part of this Jewish season. Another meaning of the word Teshuvah is return. And this is even, I think, more penetrating and more difficult maybe for us to understand. But one way to think of it is that when we are created as perfect souls. And those perfect souls, which contains an image of the divine, an image of God, those still remain within us. Over the course of our lives, over the course of the last year, we've allowed ourselves to stray from that, to distort ourselves, to make mistakes, and to wander really far from where we know we ought to be and from where we know we can be. And so the process of Teshuvah is a process of trying to return to that perfect bit of us that remains within, that divine spark that can guide us and that can elevate us and elevate our world. And so during this month of Elul, we are trying to provide answers, and we are trying to return. So we need to really raise to a higher level to engage in that process. We have to ask deep questions, and we have to be willing to make hard choices to move our lives in the directions that will return us to where we want to be. So those are a couple of the meanings of Teshuvah, and in the coming days and weeks I'll offer some tools and insights from the tradition that will challenge us and move us forward, and I hope that they will be useful to you in your own internal process of Teshuvah. Thank you, and Shavua Tov.